At St. Alphonsus, we truly believe that you are our calling, and I think this unit is a beautiful example of how we're living that out. We've invested in creating a top-of-the-line neuro critical care unit to bring a level of care to our community that we haven't had access to before. Today, I want to take you on a tour of our new unit. Let's step inside this ICU room. So we are standing in our new neurosurgical trauma intensive care and step-down unit. This unit has 18 ICU and 17 step-down beds. So I hope one of the first things you notice about this space is how big it is. We have been fortunate enough to purchase a portable CT scanner, which is going to allow us to bring imaging to our patients instead of having to unhook our patients from all of their monitoring and transport them to the CT scanner. We are the first in the region to provide neurocritical care to our community. That includes things like a portable CT scanner that's going to allow us to bring imaging to our patients instead of having to move our patients down an elevator through hallways to get to the imaging department. That's going to cut down on transport time for the patients, for staff members, and just provide care closer to the patient, which is always the goal. All of our ICU rooms have overhead booms in them. These booms contain all of the electrical equipment, monitors, oxygen, suction regulators, anything you kind of think that you might have to hook up a patient to for their care while they're in the intensive care unit. All of these booms have those things included on them. So they look a little bit messy and busy, but if this is the world that you live in, it's very organized. There's a very systematic approach to where we put everything so that we are able to provide the best care closest to the patient. Another thing I want to point out to you is this overhead ceiling lift. So every one of our rooms here in this new unit have one of these lifts. They're made to maneuver really easily all throughout the room. These lifts are going to help nursing staff and physical therapy staff provide patients with early mobility. We'll be able to get them out of bed sooner. The other cool thing about these is that we also can use them for repositioning patients or helping them be more comfortable in bed. That's going to help prevent any further injury to patient, and it's also going to help prevent any caregiver strain. All right, so now that we've had a second to look at this ICU room, I want to take you down the hallway. I've had a great time talking with all my smart friends about those different aspects of a project, right? So some of the things you might notice down this hallway are where they set up the lights, and that's just to help provide more light down this what could be very dark, long hallway and make it seem a little bit more spread out. Right now we're standing at one of our team centers. So this is what typically is called maybe a nurse's station, is something you might be more familiar with, but this is really set up for an interdisciplinary team to gather to really collaborate and talk about patients. So this particular one we are at, the charge nurse will be here, and then we actually have this station reserved for our pharmacists so that we can have really easy access to our pharmacists as we're caring for patients. And then we also have space for, therapists to sit and work on documentation, and providers. There's 2 of these on each side of the unit, 2 on the ICU and 2 on the step down. And as you can see, it also just opens up this unit too. So you can see through to each side, which I think is just a really great way to help open up the space for patient safety and just for ease of workflow. Before we go too much farther, I do want to pop into this room really quick and show you something. We have 6 rooms on this unit that are equipped with EEG monitoring capabilities. So we have cameras in those rooms along with wiring that makes that EEG possible. And those monitoring, or that data from the monitoring, will get transmitted to monitors that are outside the rooms. And then our neurocritical care physician will be able to interpret that reading to figure out what care that patient's going to need. We had an opportunity to look at an ICU room, so now I want to show you one of our step-down rooms. In this unit, we have 18 ICU rooms, 17 step-down rooms. So right now we are in one of those step-down rooms. You'll probably notice right away that we don't have the overhead booms in this room, but we do have a head wall. And this head wall still contains all of the appropriate medical gases and electrical equipment that we need to care for a step-down level patient. One of the cool things I wanted to show you are these sliding barn doors. These sliding barn doors allow us easy mobility in and out of the bathroom for patients. So instead of having to worry about opening a door, maneuvering around an open door, we're able to just slide this door back and easily help patients into the bathroom. This unit used to be our old rehab facility before a new hospital was built across the street housing our rehab services. And so we had this challenge in front of us to make this old unit into something that looks shiny and brand new, and I think it's just turned out beautiful. So right now we are standing in the family visitor waiting space. And as you can tell, it is bright in here, it feels new, it feels fresh, and it's hard to believe that this is an internal room. One of the really cool things are these lights that are here that mimic outside. So you feel like you're in a room that has windows, even though we're in the middle of this nursing unit. So instead of being dark and dingy, they've done such a beautiful job at creating life and light for families that are waiting. As the Treasure Valley grows, it's really important that we bring the right level of care to our community. And that's what St. Alphonsus has done with this unit. With the 18 ICU and 17 step-down beds, we're really excited to bring care to our community. We want you to bring us the sick of the sickest. We want to be able to be the destination center to care for all of those patients. So what it looks like when we open on March 1st is going to be very different than what it looks like in 2 years as we attract new physicians that can do different things, as we grow nursing education, and as we really develop that neuro service line. We're going to be able to keep patients closer to home.